Hey there, Clashers, welcome back. And today we're going to continue on with the Clashing Basics series. We're going to look at the war attacks for Town Hall 7. And then after this, I've got one more Town Hall 7 video. That's going to be some war bases, so it'll be a quick one, which will come out tomorrow. And then after that, we're going to start getting into Town Hall 8. We're going to move through Town Hall 8 very quickly and then get going into Town Hall 9. But for tonight, we're going to look at war attacks, and we're going to look at the two attack strategies that you really have for Town Hall 7 and that you're going to want to focus on. So obviously you have the masked dragons, and then you have the Hog Riders. And we're going to take a look at both of those. I didn't do these in war because I kept getting matched up to weak Town Hall 7s in wars. So instead, I have my maxed out Town Hall 7 that I'm going to do friendly challenges against. And these friendly challenge bases came from Clash Champs. Not the Clash Champs where you pay for the bases, but the free bases that Clash Champs has. So they're supposed to be pretty good bases, and I put a dragon in the CC so he could deal with that. And it's pretty much just like a war attack, and we will take a look at those. So we will go ahead and get into the dragon attacks first. If you want to skip ahead to the Hog Riders, I will go ahead and put the timestamp in for the Hog Rider attacks in the description below. Alright, so let's hop on into the dragon attacks. Okay, so here's the first base that I have, and the very first thing you want to do with dragon attacks is cut off a funnel. So let's go ahead and pause to see what I'm doing here. So when you send in your dragons, you're going to funnel them in from one side of the base. And what side you funnel them in from is determined by the sweeper. So we find the sweeper, and it is right here. So it really doesn't matter where anything else is on the base, you want to go in behind the sweeper. So we're going in behind the sweeper, so we're going to go in along the northwest side here at about 10, 11 o'clock. So I'm starting off with some dragons right around 12. I put 2 dragons in to funnel up here, and there's nothing really to target the dragons in this area except for the archer tower, so I know they're going to be fine. And then on the other side, I stuck my king in. He can start working along this side and go in and get some of this stuff done. My king is level 5, so that's max for Town Hall 7, so he does have the ability, which helps him get through a bit more. I'm also going to drop a dragon over here with the king to help get that funnel set a little more quickly. Another thing when you're doing dragon attacks is you do not need to lure the CC. I've seen a lot of people do that, and it's, well, for one, it's a waste of time and it's a waste of effort. Like you're spending whatever troops to lure the CC and then kill the CC. Those troops you could have just sent in. So I got the funnel set, and then I just line up the dragons along the side where I want them to go. Alright, we'll pause that there. I dropped the CC balloons in. Notice I'm not using max balloons in my CC either. I believe they are level 8, or I can't remember what level max balloons are right now, but they're one level lower. They're the big red balloons. And you can see here, there's the max dragon coming out of the CC, and I want to talk about where I drop my rage spells. So when I drop my rage spells, I want to be pushing the dragons either through an air defense, through the CC, or through high HP buildings. Those are the 3 things I consider when dropping my rages. So you see I dropped that first one. That pushed them through some of them high HP buildings and into the CC. I'm going to drop another one right here. That's going to push them through the town hall and the storage and through that dragon there, as well as that air defense. So we'll go ahead and play this again. So there's that rage spell, and then I'm going to hold the last one for that last air defense over there. I am losing my balloons, so they're gone. And the next rage is actually going to this big group of dragons up here at the top. They're going to move through that CC and the storage, and then get over here, get that air defense taken down. Once all the air defenses are down, that's a wrap for the base. We will go ahead and put this on 4X, and it is smashed. And here we go with the second base. Again, you can see I'm coming in behind the sweeper, so coming in from the same side on this one. And this base is a bit skinnier, and I'm going to get more value out of my funnel. So let's go ahead and play that. You'll see the funnel form, and then you'll see the rage spells end up getting used more in a straight line rather than side by side like I did in the last one. So king on one side with 1 dragon, then 2 dragons on the other side. So getting that funnel set means getting these buildings destroyed that would make the main group of dragons path off to the side instead of down through the middle. So that's what I'm trying to do with the funnel. I may have been just a little bit early. The king's still working on the storage over here, but he is able to get it down, and the dragons do go in the right direction. So there's the first rage spell going through the air defense, and then you'll see the second one come down fairly quickly because those balloons are moving through, and if they get to an air defense with a rage spell, they can one-shot those air defenses. So that last rage spell got the last 2 air defenses, and then just like that, this base is destroyed. It's just a matter of cleanup, so the dragons move outside, move around the trash buildings on the outside, and that is it. So this will be the last dragon replay. This is the last base I have to do friendly challenges on. So when I'm cutting off the funnel here, I start the king on the builder hut on the outside. If you can get those down early on in the raid and not have to worry about them at the end of the raid, that's always better. So if there's a builder hut on the side where you want to cut the funnel, start on the builder hut and then work from there. So you can see I'm starting my king over here. There is an air defense that would be in range after the first couple of outer buildings are down. I am still going to put a dragon there to help the king work through the buildings. Let's go ahead and start this back up. I only need 1 dragon up here to cut that funnel, but this dragon's actually going to move up to where I'm deploying the main group of dragons. So I start another dragon over here just to get some of these buildings taken down. And now here comes the main group of dragons. And as you can see, they're going to move through. I got the rage spell. It's going to push them through the CC. And then I forgot to drop my CC balloon, so I send them in late. And I got the second rage on that second air defense. And then the balloons, they're going to move through. I dropped that last rage there. And the balloons are going to move in, take out that Tesla, take down the air defense. And then again, that's an easy triple for dragons on Town Hall 7. So that's pretty much it for dragons, and if I'm making it look easy, it's because it is really easy. The biggest thing, make sure you cut the funnel so that the dragons are not going around the outside of the base. And it's as easy as taking out a couple of buildings on each side and then putting the main group of dragons in between those spots. And then the other thing is just put your rage spells in good spots. Put them where your dragons are going to push through something that would otherwise take them a while to get through. Push them through an air defense or push them through CC troops. As long as you do that, it's very easy. And you have a lot of room for error too. If you were to go back and look, I lost very few dragons in any of those attacks. So even if my rages were in much worse places, I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 I'd still push through for the triple. Now with all that being said, let's move on to one of my favorite troops, the Hog Rider. Okay, so for this hog attack, first of all, the way you start the attack is much different than how you would start the dragon attack. So when you do Hog Riders, the very first thing you want to do is lure out the CC. So when you're scouting a base, looking at it, first check where the ring is around the CC. That's the trigger radius. That's where you need to get a troop inside of to get it lured. And usually you're going to do this with a giant or a Hog Rider. If you can do it with a smaller troop, that's better. But the giant or the Hog Rider, they're going to be able to move deeper into the base instead of getting stuck on something like a camp. So in this example, we are using a giant. And let's bring up, well, it's not going to show me, but there's actually a little gap right here in between the army camps. So I'm going to drop a giant there, pull out the CC, and we'll go ahead and play that. And then I've got the giant luring the CC, so the archer's going to go up at the top side. You want to deal with the dragon or whatever the enemy CC is, deal with it away from the other defenses in the base, because it makes taking that CC troop out a lot easier. So I've got it away from the other defenses. I'm going to drop one more giant and then drop wizards in to take out the dragon. Now the dragon does splash damage, so you don't want to put your wizards all in one spot because the dragon could kill them all with one shot. So I'm going to drop the rest of the giants in front of those wizards, drop in the king, and basically I'm trying to take out the archer tower and maybe this cannon because I want a cleaner pathing for the Hog Riders. If you can get the king, the enemy king, that's cool, but it's not really necessary. So there's the Hog Riders. They're going to move through, and I've got the heal spell. drop the first heal as they go into that wizard tower. Another thing with heal spells is you want to drop them where the hogs are headed, not where they're at. So you can see I dropped that heal spell there just as they get to the edge of it, and you can see how long the Hog Riders are spending inside of that heal spell because I put it where they're going instead of dropping it where they're at and then watching them hop away from it. Because I've seen people do that quite a few times as well, and I've got pretty clean pathing. Hogs are moving through, everything's looking nice. Another thing is get your cleanup troops down nice and early. You don't want to wait until all of the defenses are down before you start dropping your wizards or whatever you have for cleaning up the buildings, because time is going to become an issue and you don't want to run out of time after you've gotten all the defenses down. But as you can see, this is just cleanup on this base, so I will speed up the cleanup and we will take a look at the next base. Alright, so we have this base, and like I mentioned in the last attack, we're going to go ahead and pause it, you can see basically how skinny the base is, and that gives pretty good straight line pathing for the Hog Riders. I'm going to basically just drop all my hogs in, and they're going to move right down through here, and I'm going to be able to predict where I need the heal spells pretty easily. So when you are dropping your heal spells, we'll go ahead and play this. I'm going to pull the dragon away. There is a builder hut, and that makes pulling the dragon a lot easier. So I just drop one archer. He's going to make his way all the way over there, and then we can take him out. But when you drop your heal spells, you're trying to drop them around splash damage. So you want to watch out for wizard towers, drop them around those, and you also want to keep a very close eye out for giant bombs, because those can pop up pretty much anywhere there's a space for them, and you want to make sure that they are not going to either kill your hogs or reduce your hogs to the point where they can't recover. Now on this base, I'm starting over here because I mentioned that this is a skinny pathing on this base. Well, I want to try and take out some of these edge defenses because that's going to make my pathing just a little bit skinnier for this base. Now I've got the Hog Riders coming in. I dropped the CC Hog Riders in right behind them. You can see them there with the golden hammers. So I'm dropping those heal spells for the wizard towers. So there's the first heal spell. The second one's going to come down right there. So there it is. And now the last heal spell, there are no more wizard towers to watch out for. I'm watching for giant bombs, so there's one, there's the heal spell. Try to react to that as quickly as you can, and that'll help you save your Hog Riders on the backside. Now unfortunately I didn't have a heal spell for those hogs, but it doesn't matter. The main group of hogs, they are in the heal, they're taking down the last defense on the base, and this is just a matter of cleanup. You can see I was getting my remaining cleanup troops down on the field while the Hog Riders were working their way through the base, and the King's there just used his ability, and that is an easy 3-star. Alright, for the last replay of this video, we're going to take a look at this base, and this one was just a little bit trickier because the clan castle is not as easy to pull. As you can see, the radius, no matter where you look, the defenses are just on the outside of that ring. That means you can't just drop a giant in and get it pulled. Same thing for a Hog Rider. If you drop a Hog Rider in, you're probably not going to get the pull because of the ring it has the defenses outside of it. Now there may be a few spots here and there. If you were to send the hog, you'd probably get it. But I wanted to show a trick if you're in this kind of situation and you're not confident you can get that pull. So what you want to do, oops, I didn't mean to hit 2x, is I sent 3 Hog Riders to this mortar. Let me bring up that ring again. So they're going to take down that mortar, and then they're going to move into the wizard tower, and that easily gives the CC lure. And then, of course, I can draw that dragon around with the archer and get it taken out. So we'll go ahead and 4x that dragon, bring him over, drop a giant to distract, put those wizards down. I think I used like 6, maybe 7 wizards to do that. And then giants, king, and the Hog Riders can move in. So let's go ahead and put this back on 1x. So the hogs are going to move through. There's the first heal spell. They found some bombs over there, and they're headed into Wizard Tower. The more stuff you can heal off with your heal spell, the better. So there are the rest of the Hog Raiders. I got the CC Hogs coming in from over here. They're going to take down that Archer Tower, join up with the main group. And you want your Hogs to kind of group up in the middle, because you want to hit as many of them with your heal spells as possible. Now I dropped a heal spell there because there's a big empty space, and I actually didn't know if there was a giant bomb there or not. There wasn't a giant bomb, but my hogs are healthy to keep on moving forward. And there's the last heal spell. Just because these are the last few defenses, I'm going to make sure they're at full health. so they can take those out and then work on cleanup. So that's it, just a matter of cleanup. We will speed that up, and that is how you do Hog Riders at Town Hall 7. So at Town Hall 7, it is very basic Hog Riders and very basic dragon attacks, but I mean, that's how you learn. It's stepping stone. So you're starting off with the fundamentals of the attack, and then you're actually going to build on those from there. And that's what I love about these two attacks, dragons and Hog Riders, is they're actually viable attacks, especially Hog Riders, all the way to the top of the game from here. You can use them at Town Hall 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to actually wrap this video up with a live attack. You can see I've got an army here. One last thing before I do that, I do want to show the army builds in my whatever you call it here. So there's the Drag's Rage down at the bottom. It's obvious, it's just dragons and rage spells. And then this is what I've been using for these attacks up here. The 24 Hogs, 13 Wizards, 5 Giants, 3 Archers, and 3 Heals. And of course you can mess around with these comps, see if anything works better for you, or see what works better on different base designs. And with that, let's see what kind of base we can find. Okay, so this might be an interesting little challenge. I mean, it's kind of a rush Town Hall 8, but it is a Town Hall 8, so let's see if we can get through it. Let's drop the Hog, check for CC troops. And something that Town Hall 8 brings to the table is this guy. So we are actually going to start there with the King. And then we will put some Giants over here. I meant to drop those a little bit later. A couple of them get sprung on the spring trap. That's actually a good thing there. I don't think I'm going to waste any wizards. I'm just going to... I don't really have pathing for the Hogs. So we're going to send the Hogs kind of like this. Just kind of send them in like that, and then I'm going to start some up there. So there's probably a bomb there, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, and we also have skeleton traps, so that's fun. Okay, where do we need this next heal? We're going to let them work around. There might be a giant bomb right there. There it is. So you can see we kept all those Hogs alive with the heal spell. Go ahead and drop in a couple of wizards. Try and keep an eye on the Hogs there. There's probably another giant bomb right in here somewhere. So let's go ahead and get that heal spell down. There's a wizard tower there anyway. Alright, so spring traps, no giant bombs. I'm hoping there's not one there because that might end all of my Hog Riders. Alright, let's go ahead and drop in some wizards to help fight that King. We're going to keep an eye over here and get some more wizards down. Okay, so the enemy King is down. It looks like the defenses are going down. Just a couple of them left. Hopefully they can push through. Alright, so my cleanup wizards are down. The Hog Riders did push through all the defenses. See if they can push through these skellies. If they can do that, it's just one Hog Rider left, I believe. And then it's just cleanup. Alright. So let's go ahead and hit the King's ability. Put some barbs down to help work through some of this stuff. Wizards are breaking their way through the walls. We got one storage left, 52 seconds, so plenty of time. There we go. The wizards are going to help the King work through this wall really quickly. They do it even faster if they all focused on the same wall piece instead of trying 3 different walls. And that's a wrap for this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and please let me know if you have any questions at all. I can go into more detail on something that I may have kind of skimped on. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to give that a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, click that subscribe button. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you all next time.